I remember when I walked out of the tent, and as soon as I breached the line that separated the inside of the tent to the outside, and that bad feeling I had in my gut went right in my throat. And I knew we were about to get hit. I knew as sure as the sun is going to come up and go down that we were about to get hit. I didn't know by what. I didn't know if it was going to be followed by small arms fire. I didn't know what. I didn't know details. But something, I knew it was about to go down. And, you can call it my grandfather talking to me from beyond the grave. You can call it God. Good news is you can have your beliefs, I can have mine, and we're going to keep our head affixed to our shoulders.
Yeah.
So hoorah, freedom. But I'm in it. Something tells me, okay, get the bomb blanket out of your CO's Humvee, which I did. My commanding officer got the bomb blanket out of his vehicle. I went to the lead vehicle. I kicked the driver out of the driver's seat, and I put the bomb blanket down, which is basically a Kevlar blanket. And I took the radio from the radio man, and I told all the guys to button up, meaning if they gave it to you for protection, put it on right now. Mm-hmm. Neck guard, groin protector, flak jacket, sappy plates, shatterproof goggles, or shatterproof glasses. They're not shatterproof. And so put it on right now. And I get in the driver's seat, and at this point, I'm sure the guys knew something. I felt something was up, and I'm on the radio with the guy, wherever the threat was, in the watchtower closest to it, and he's trying to talk me on target. And within 3 minutes, we hit a triple stack tank mine, which is 3 155 millimeter mortar rounds stacked, and it was pressure plate ignited, meaning as soon as that plate is hit by something that makes it go down, it lights a fuse, the bomb goes off. And 3 155 millimeter mortar rounds, just for those that don't understand or are not educated on unexploded ordnance, just equates to a big ass bomb. And it blew up directly beneath me, blew me...
Lead vehicle, right?
Lead vehicle, right. And blew me 30 feet to the top of the Humvee. And I knew in the air, like, this is bad.
So what do you mean you knew in the air?
Yeah.
You were conscious?
I never lost consciousness or went into shock. I remember the whole thing.
Oh, my God.
It took the Black Hawk 42 minutes to come get me. So it ruined my whole day. It was a long day at the office.
I mean, yeah.
Wait a minute, man.
So you're in the air, and you're like,
I know this is bad. I have a pretty sure feeling that this was a big bomb. Mm-hmm. So I'm immediately thinking, how bad is it?
Yeah. How many other guys were in your Humvee?
I had 3 other guys in my vehicle, and the rest were in the second vehicle. And by the grace of God, the only other injuries were blown eardrums. And so better me than my Marines. That's, I thank God for that.
So you go 30 feet in the air, and the next worst was blown eardrums?
And so the passenger ended up, once I hit the deck, I stuck the landing with my head because I'm a Marine and we believe in good form.
Yeah.
Good form.
God.
I can hear him yelling my name. He's yelling Schick because he can't see me. Mm-hmm. And the baby,
is it light at this point? Is it light outside yet?
Yeah. So we hit the. That's more comfortable. We're gonna hit the. Yeah. We hit the bomb right at sunup. I mean, the sun was just coming up.
Okay.
And so it was right at daybreak. And when I hit the deck, and I can hear him yelling my name, and so I'm trying to pull myself back to the Humvee. 2 reasons: 1, because I couldn't find my weapon, and 2, to tell him, like, hey brother, I'm okay-ish, and I need you to stop yelling.
Yeah,
because you're making us a bigger target. I need you to Shuddy McShutterson.
Correct.
Okay, because I don't need us getting shot at while we're waiting for the smoke and the sand and everything to clear. Because the baby powder over there is super fine. It's the sand's like baby powder to give the listeners an idea. It's very, very fine. So it's just like throwing, dust in the air. It's going to take a while to settle.
So you can't see at this point. You can't see anything.
I can hear him. I can't see him when he's yelling my name, and I can't see out of my right eye because of my shatterproof goggles shattered. Yeah. It's false advertising. And I had a piece of the lens in my right eye, so I couldn't see out of my right eye. But I'm trying to pull myself back to the Humvee, and I realize I'm just scooping sand. and so I'm not going anywhere, and none of my other extremities would work. And I still hadn't taken a breath because when the bomb went off, the steering wheel disengaged from the dash, and it hit me in my chest, and so it broke all my ribs. And it exploded all my mags because we wear all the mags on the front of our flak jacket. And so all my rounds went everywhere. And all the guy in the passenger seat could see is my rounds and blood, but no me. And so he was just trying to hoping he could get a response from me. And that was a very blood curdling scream that I'll never forget, because I just wanted him to know, like, hey bro, I'm good, kinda, but I mean, I'm alive.
Yeah.
More than anything, just for him, for his peace of mind. And that was something that I'll never forget. And because he at one point broke military protocol, and he yelled my first name. And I remember it just gutted me. It was like pulling my heart out of my chest, because all he needed to know that I was okay.
Hey, right.
And that's something I'll never forget. I mean, till I die. That's just no way I'm going to forget it, because it was one of those moments where, I mean, that's your boy.
That's your human side, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you put it all down. That's the human side.
And it was the bravado and everything was dropped at this moment. I started my self-assessment, and part of my left hand was blown off. I was hanging by my left elbow. I saw daylight through my left arm because 5 inches of my ulna was blown out of my left arm. And my left leg was wrapped around itself, and I saw my tibia was exposed. My boot was blown off, but my sock was still on. And I remember that being confirmation that was a big bomb. Yeah. Because it blew my combat boot off without taking my foot with it. So that was I was like, okay, that was a significant explosion. Right leg looked normal, but hurt. So I knew we're okay. Right leg's probably broken, but it still looks normal. And couldn't breathe, and all my ribs were broken. And so both my lungs were temporarily collapsed from the steering wheel hitting me in the chest, and of course I had shrapnel and burns all over, and so I could only see out of my left eye, and the only thing that worked was my right arm. And so I still had shrapnel and some burns in my right arm, but nothing was fractured or broken. And so I'm sitting there trying to pull myself, and then I realized I'm not going anywhere. Did my self-assessment, then realized how bad it was, and immediately just said a prayer and just said, God, all I ask is you don't take me in front of my boys. Just don't take me in front of my family. As soon as the skids of the bird leave the deck, I'm all yours. Just please don't allow my family to watch me die. That's all I ask. That was my focus at that moment. Next thing I know, the guys get to me and they're like, hey, we got you. And for whatever reason, I took a breath, and the first thing I said was develop 360, meaning set up a security cordon around the area. And it was the reaction. It was like, oh shit. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, still at war, guys. Like, this is
presence of mind.
Taliban doesn't call timeouts.
Yeah, right? but by repetition, right? Like you were trained so well that was it.
It was training. And these guys, I can't put myself in their shoes, and they can't put themselves in my shoes. I mean, God only knows how I would have reacted if I saw one of my homies that was that busted up and still conscious and talking. Who knows how I would have reacted, but it's not for me to know. It's not, it is what it is. It happened the way it happened, and I wouldn't change it. It's, you can't. And so they take me back to the second vehicle and get me back up to the command post, where Doc, same guy I was talking to that night. Before, he starts working on me right away. And at this point, I'm pissed because I'm in a lot of pain. So adrenaline's worn off, and I can feel everything, and I'm not happy about anything. And I'm real pissed at Doc because he'd only hit me with 2 sticks of morphine, and I knew he had more. And so I'm calling this guy, trying to save my life, a stingy bastard, and like, just give me some more drugs, Doc. He's like, I can't. And I didn't understand why, and I didn't care. Just knew I was in pain, and he had the remedy, and he wasn't sharing. And but I was really, really thankful for this time, because I got to tell every one of the guys, again, right arm worked. They would get in the driver's seat of the Humvee, and I got to grab every one of their hands and tell them how much I loved them and how much I respected them, and that to take a good look at me, because this is what they want, and you have to go fight for me now. I can't fight. I'm done. And so I need you to go carry the fight to the enemy for me.